Fala galera, eu sou o Cauê Paciornik, tô aqui na casa da Mia, essa loja de discos aqui no centro de São Paulo, maneiríssima, porque eu fui convidado para trocar uma ideia com um cara, que é o cara do blues, do folk, do jazz, esse cara é Shawn James. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Sorry, I said Shawn, it's Shawn James.
That's right.
Sorry,
No
because
worries.
I get a little bit confused when I talk in Portuguese and English.
Well,
but-
listen, I only speak English and I know a little few words in Portuguese, so don't worry. I'm
Okay.
doing good though. It's good to be back in
Cool.
Brazil.
Are you having a good time here?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. We've had a few days of doing radio, and then at night we've been going out. I went to a samba show last night. We went to a few bars. I drank some cachaça.
Cool.
I've had some fun.
You're like a Brazilian,
I
already a
know,
Brazilian.
right?
Cool. And your tour here is Muerte, mi amor, ¿cierto? That's right.
That is right.
I'm talking this because this month we celebrate Halloween, right?
Yeah.
You have any relation with Halloween and Dia de los Muertos in Mexico? Because the end of the tour is at Guadalajara, Mexico, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've never played a show in Mexico before, and I'm very excited, especially with the Muerte Mi Amor tour. It's going to be something special, I think.
Cool. In the songs talks about death. How do you think about this? What's your relation with this?
Yeah, so for me, at the time when I wrote it, I was thinking about my relationship with death and how a lot of times I would ignore it and I would push it to the back of my mind and say, it'll get here when it gets here and I'll deal with it when it comes. But then I got to thinking, well, maybe it'd be better if I came to terms and confront it earlier and came to terms with what it's going to mean for my life, my family, my existence, my art, my creations, and everything. I guess in the hope that by confronting it sooner, I can appreciate everything in life a little bit more. And then hopefully when death does come, I can greet it as a friend and not be afraid. That's what Muerte Mi Amor is about.
Yeah, that's pretty great. It's a really good way to handle with this. And this song is part of an album. One of the most cool things and most interesting things about your sonories that I think is that you mix the genres and the rhythms because you were singing blues, rock, heavy metal. You have a lot of influence from gospel.
Yeah.
And this album is Honor and Vengeance. It has a Western atmosphere, and you bring everything in this. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. I grew up watching like old Western films with my father, like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, For a Few Dollars More, the Clint Eastwood stuff, to like older things. And one of my favorite things about those movies was the music. Ennio Morricone and his soundtracks, his compositions. It was beautiful because the movie would have these intense scenes, and the music would like accent it in the perfect way and really draw out the emotions. So I knew I always wanted to create something like this. So I started with the characters first, then I wrote the story, and then I wrote the music to kind of encompass what I think it would sound and feel like in the atmosphere.
That's great. As you talked about movies, and if you have the opportunity to do a soundtrack, to play a soundtrack for any movie franchise, which one would you choose? That's a good question.
That's a great question. I think it would be something darker. Oh man, right off the top of my head, like the Batman, like kind of series, because it has that dark energy to it. But then also, I don't know. You got me having to think now a little bit more.
You have time. We have time.
Yeah, yeah. You know, one of my favorite movies was called The Fountain. The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky, and Clint Mansell did the soundtrack. And doing something like that for an emotional film where the music ties into the story would be perfect.
Cool. And from movies to games, are you a guy that plays video games?
Absolutely, yeah. Since I was a young kid.
You know what I'm going to ask, right?
Of course, let's go.
One thing that I think is really cool for an artist, for a singer, is when he sees all the crowd singing his song. But you didn't see just the crowd. You saw a character from a game. Ellie played your song at the Last of Us trailer. How did you feel about that?
It was like chills because they told me Sony PlayStation. I got an email, right? And I thought it was a scam. I thought it wasn't real. And they were like, "We want Through the Valley. we love it. We're not going to tell you the game. We're not going to tell you how we're going to use it. We're not going to say if it's you singing it or someone else. And at first I was like, I don't know. This is like an important song to me. But I talked to some friends and family, and they were like, take the risk. And I took the risk. And when that trailer came up, it was like years later after I agreed.
Really?
Years, I didn't hear anything. And then the trailer came up, and I just got chills.
I could imagine that.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like the realization that it was The Last of Us and that it was Through the Valley. It's the perfect marriage. The song fits the atmosphere of the game perfectly, and the game fits the atmosphere of the song perfectly with the post-apocalyptic, survival, trauma, violence. It's the perfect marriage, I think.
And you did a song for her too, right?
I did, The Guardian, Ellie's song. I had to write that one. I was on tour and I was in Germany, and Neil Druckmann, the creative director, called me, and he told me about it, and he was like, okay, we need it in like a week. And I was like, I'm on tour right now. So I remember staying up after the shows in the hotel rooms, some wine with me, and just trying to like relax and and it turned out incredible, I think.
That's pretty cool. And tell me, just for us, nobody's seen that. Do you have any spoiler for the next season for The Last of Us from HBO?
Oh, I think if you played the second game, you know some spoilers. I hope and I pray that the music is somehow used in it, but I don't know yet, and I wouldn't say if I did.
You really don't know that?
I don't know, man. I hope. I really hope. Cool. I hope that, because I think that the song means so much to the Last of Us community, and I see how it's related to the people who love the game. And I will say that I don't think there's any way they couldn't use it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, we hope that we can hear that song too.
I hope so too. I hope that she sings it, but I don't know.
Cool, man. So, my last question is I want the guitar for the last question, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Not for me, for you, okay? My last question, I'm going to ask you for two things.
Sure.
Okay. My last question is, if you have to choose one song, any song, for you to play for the rest of your life, you have to play one song every day.
Every day.
Which song would you choose? No, so you play. You tell me and you play, just a little.
Oh.
Okay?
Well, I mean, yeah. Hold on. I gotta get something else though.
Okay.
I think it's got to be Through the Valley.
Cool.
Because,
awesome.
And I know it's an easy answer, but the truth is that song was very special to me.
Yeah.
For years before it blew up, it was very special to me, and I never thought that it would resonate and touch people the way it does. And this is a very personal song for me, and I think it would have to be this one, honestly.
Awesome.
So yeah,
That's gonna be cool. We love this.
this one here. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all. In my mind and my gun, they comfort me, because I know I'll kill my enemies when they come. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell on this earth forevermore. Said I will walk beside the still waters, and they restore my soul. But I can't walk on the path of the right, 'cause I'm wrong. Well, I came upon a man at the top of a hill. He called himself himself the savior of the human race. Said I come to save the world from destruction and pain. I said, how can you save the world from itself? I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I feel no evil, 'cause I'm behind you, Lord, and I walk beside the still waters, and they restore my soul. But I know when I die, my soul is
Wow. Make some noise, everybody, behind the cameras. Oh my God. If we have a zombie apocalypse, I want to be next to you. Okay.
Done. We can use the guitar to.
Yeah, we're going to hit it, smash them all, just in the head to get the brain. Okay.
Done.
Man, thank you so much for your time. I said that I have another. Do we have time? Okay. Just a fun service. I'm gonna thank you. Can you play like a stone, because I love that song? Okay. So that's all, everybody. Thank you so much. But can you play that? Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Sure, I'll do the first
Okay.
two, man.
You're the guy. Oh my God.
On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we die alone, and if we're good, we'll lay to rest anywhere we want to go. In your house, I long to be room by room. Patiently, I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there alone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. That was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
That was so cool. Thank you so much. That's all. Valeu, galera.
Obrigado.